Hey guys, this video is from our latest Rick and Johnny podcast. Make sure to check out the full podcast on blogtalkradio.com/Rick and Johnny. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know Johnny and I had fun recording it.
This podcast is brought to you by Most Valuable Podcasts, saving your day from boredom with the best podcasting entertainment.
What's up, everybody? Ricky Widmer here, along with fellow man-child Johnny Karlic. And we are back here for the actual Rick and Johnny podcast here on Most Valuable Podcast.
The real one.
If you haven't seen it already, our Wonder Woman review is already up. That's why I say our original Rick and Johnny, because this is the real podcast. We did the review also for a double podcast week, so go ahead, check that out. If you've seen Wonder Woman, go ahead and click on the link in the description. But Johnny, we got a jam-packed show, and we've kind of have a theme now. We've decided on a theme for the Rick and Johnny podcast. As if you have listened to us before, you notice we like making sandwiches.
We love sandwiches.
We love making sandwiches here on the Rick and Johnny podcast. We got another sandwich. We got a DC sandwich for you. We got the DC bread bookends with that good old Marvel right in the middle.
Love some Marvel in my sandwich.
It's a superhero sandwich.
Yes.
With DC being our bread and Marvel being our big meat in the middle of the podcast. But we're talking about today Josh Gad. Could he be the Penguin in a future DC film? We've got the New Mutants plot has been revealed. They're going to go far different from the superhero kind of tone and go more towards a horror movie tone. And then we're going to talk about the Aquaman movie. What should we expect from the plot? As they have said, it's going to take place after Justice League in the timeline. But let's start off with Josh Gad, because this is one where in about early May, he posted a picture of the Penguin. The internet went crazy. He said, no, I'm just having fun. Don't worry about it. However, recently, he posted a picture on Twitter of himself and some of the DC heads, and he's holding in that picture Batman's Adventure Volume 1, which has the Penguin on it in the cover art, and the tweet just says, "Nothing to see here, ... Johnny, I'm going to ask you this. Could Josh Gad be the Penguin in a future DC film?
Honestly, looking, I think we all know by now, as you and I have talked about so many people, hey, can they play this part? Can they play this part? Mm-hmm. We go by like two things. How is their acting, and how much do they look like the character they're trying to portray? And obviously there's movie makeup, there's all that kind of stuff. But you obviously want to have someone that like sort of looks like the character. Now, some of his acting, you and I have seen it, Beauty and the Beast. He did a phenomenal role as LeFou. We heard him in Frozen as Olaf. I really haven't seen a lot with him else in it, so I could see him maybe doing the Penguin, but I know him from as a very comedic type of character so far. So we got to get a little bit more seriousness now. I don't know if you agree with me on that.
I mean, the Penguin, the Penguin's a mob boss.
Yes, he is.
But there is, I guess you could have some humor in the Penguin.
Yeah.
Because I think back to Danny DeVito's Penguin, and that wasn't a super serious Penguin.
No, it wasn't.
That had a little bit of kind of humor into it.
Exactly.
I think it's possible. I just think that, like, if you're thinking animated series, the Penguin is kind of that. If he's making, like, if the Penguin makes a joke, he's the only one that finds it funny.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of got a disturbed, dark sense of humor.
Like, yeah, that kind of a laugh. That kind of penguin laugh.
Yeah. Duck penguinish.
Duck penguin, but if he's telling a joke, he's the one that finds it funny.
Yeah, maybe his lackeys laugh because he is, but that's about it.
He makes them laugh.
Yeah, exactly.
Why aren't you laughing, fools?
Exactly.
Kind of like that.
And looking at him, I say he could pull it off.
I think he could too.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to have 3 foot tall round guy with a big freaking nose. I mean, obviously I expect the nose to be elongated when it comes down to it, but it doesn't need to be like full-fledged, he looks like a penguin. Josh Gad, I think, could pull it off in that sense.
Well,
now I just want to see if he can do the darker self humor. Like, it's funny to me, so who cares if it's funny to everyone else?
Here's the only thing I have a problem with with Josh Gad as the Penguin.
Throw it out here.
We have already established our and actually, you know what? This is kind of making me think a little bit.
Okay.
Because we've established our Batman as who? Who's our Batman?
Affleck.
Who's playing? Ben Affleck.
Batfleck.
And I look at Batfleck, and I think that the age from Ben Affleck, who Ben Affleck is 44 years of age, to a Josh Gad is not the same as, because Ben Affleck is older, almost by 10 years. He's 8 years older than Josh Gad. That's part of me that's like, I don't know how that is going to work, having a younger kind of and that's if you're going to match the Penguin into a future Batman film.
Yeah.
How are you going to match that in? With him being a younger Penguin than Batman. Like, he's one of Batman's oldest foes. We can't have him be 8 years younger.
I got one of two ways that can go about. It's either they do an up-and-coming, hey, I'm a mob boss now, Penguin with the Penguin-esque attitude and everything. And he's like, hey, I'm the up-and-coming, I just took over. Take out, like, maybe not take out Black Skull?
Black Mask.
Black Mask, okay. Not take out Black Mask, but take out, like, a big family member name, and he takes over. Or just pull out some movie magic and make him look much older than he already is.
Yeah, and I mean, there are other people have thrown out, well, they could be casting him for Gotham City Sirens.
That's true.
They could cast him for the Nightwing movie that they've come out with. I mean, even Batgirl, in a way, could be the Penguin thrown in there. Although I would think Nightwing would be, if it's not Batman, it's Nightwing. However, my thing is, if these are going to connect to the DCEU, how can we have a Batman that is older? And we know that Batfleck is an older Batman.
Yeah, he is.
Because he has that kind of attitude like, man, I've been doing this for a while. Plus, he's got the Robin suit. So we well know it's after Jason Todd. I can't, like, that's my big hang up on it.
Yeah.
Unless it's going to be something like, we want you to play the Penguin, but we are going to use CGI to make you look like the Penguin, to where it don't matter what your age is. Maybe I'm harping that too much, and maybe it's like, hey, we're gonna make you look like you're well older than you are.
Yeah, I mean,
we are just coming at you for your acting ability for the Penguin.
That's what I'm kind of trying to say is that as long as I can see him pulling off, he's at least got the body stature. And age can be done either by CGI or by really good makeup effects. Yeah. So as long as they do that, they can, like I said, they can do one of two routes with that. They can say, hey, we are going with a younger Penguin, and this is how we're going to introduce him. And hopefully they have a really good storyline to introduce him then. Or go with the original Penguin and just make Josh Gad look way older than he is. And then obviously he's got to be decently older than Batman himself. Yeah. Which, again, that's just movie magic right there. As long as his acting can be parallel to it, it would work. I mean, he's got to just... I can see that he does humor. We see he even does the backhanded humor in Beauty and the Beast with LeFou, some of the things he says about Gaston. But now can he do the darker, I think it's funny humor? Either you laugh about it or maybe you die. Not Joker-esque dark, but... Hey, I think it's funny.
Well, that kind of mob boss-ish.
Mob boss funny.
Type of funny. And the movie that I think that he would be geared for is Nightwing. And that's the one I would kind of look for, because it would all depend on what they're going to do with Nightwing. Are they going to have it to where he's in Gotham, or is he somewhere else, not in Gotham? Because Nightwing isn't one that's just based in Gotham City. I would think that maybe, hey, you know what, for a Nightwing movie, maybe it's a Nightwing that is just starting to take on the Nightwing role, or he's been doing it for a while, and he wants to crack off more than he can chew.
Yeah.
I've been doing this for a while now. I need something that
A little bit harder to do.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit more of a challenge.
I'm going to take on the Penguin.
Yeah.
Or Gotham City Sirens, where it's like, hey, we've got these three villainesses with Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, and Catwoman. Maybe somewhere in that film,
somewhere in that mix,
to the Penguin, because I feel like that movie we're going to see quite a few villains.
Charlie's Angels-esque,
kind of. I just think it's going to be more villains because they're villainous people.
Yeah.
So we're going to see that side to it. A Batman, so like the Matt Reeves Batman film, I don't think he fits in at all.
No,
mainly because from what we've been setting up with Batman, I don't think that going back and fighting the Penguin would be what we would do. But hey, they can surprise us. They could do that because
side story even.
We are going to see Deathstroke in Justice League.
Yes.
We're going to see that. So I mean, they could go with more of that. I mean, DCU has wanted to keep it real, kind of go with that more dark and gritty. So maybe they can throw the Penguin in there. I don't think they throw him in for the Batman solo film.
Unless they throw him in as kind of like what we got in Wonder Woman, where sub-villain and ultimate villain.
So like he's pulling the strings in the background.
Either
off to
pulling the strings or he's
working in cahoots.
In cahoots with someone. Or maybe he's like the first one Batman takes out and there's something a little bit bigger behind it.
Okay.
I mean, you're more of the Batman DC guy than I am. I'm just throwing ideas out there.
I mean, if he's the main Batman film villain, I would be kind of disappointed.
Yeah.
Because he's a guy where either if he's the main villain, he's got to be working with other villains that are working with his plan.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's why I was maybe going off of the Nightwing route, because then it could be kind of Nightwing trying to clean up the city against Penguin's goons, and that would be a villain to where if it was just Nightwing, I could be like, okay, Nightwing a little bit inexperienced than
Not
Batman.
as experienced than Batman, yeah.
And I can see him going ahead and taking on someone like the Penguin, especially if Batman now has all these responsibilities and he's off doing his, because I could see them mentioning that in the Nightwing movie of like, yeah, with Batman, he's going to play with his Justice League friends.
Yeah, that's true.
He's playing with his Justice League friends, worrying about Darkseid. I got this.
Okay.
You are with Darkseid. I got this. The Penguin ain't doing anything on my watch, kind of a thing.
Could be. Has to overcome some obstacles and at the like almost defeated point, and then overcomes the Penguin.
Because I feel like his role would be the Penguin. That is,
yeah.
His role would be too small if he was in Gotham City Sirens.
Yeah.
I don't see, and that's one where also, is there going to be a villain for that one? Because I think the kind of way they might be going with it is, yeah, they're villains, but they're taking on a hero-ness role.
It's more of a, at that point, you really consider it protagonist, antagonist, as opposed to super hero and villain. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, they're the good guys in their bad guy movie, kind of.
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
That is what they are. They are the good guys in their bad guy world. But yeah, I feel like maybe the Nightwing part of it would fit in. The only thing is, where would they have Nightwing in? Would Nightwing still be in Gotham City, or would he be somewhere else? Because we know he's not just in Gotham. He starts in Gotham, then moves over, becomes the protector of Bloodhaven. So really, to me, the Penguin to me could be a villain where, yeah, he's based in Gotham, but can trickle over because of that mob side into Bloodhaven.
My thing would be then, how do you tie that in as the whole DC universe? My thing would maybe keep him in Gotham, make it Batman's away doing some Justice League stuff, and hey, I have to keep the city under control. Well, Batsy's gone, so I can
have the same. You're just keeping it in Gotham without introducing a new city to your DC.
Not having to do a new city. Also giving a reason why are we focusing. I mean, yeah, we could focus on it, but why are we focusing on Nightwing fighting the Penguin? Well, that's because Batman's not around. Because obviously...
Because he's with his Justice League friends.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's just a matter of fact. If they put him in Nightwing, my only question would be, are we going to put him in Bloodhaven and Gotham? Just Bloodhaven? Are we going to put him in Gotham? What's going to be the kind of setting for that? Well, it's all set in there.
Yeah.
The one thing I don't see is him being like, right now, I could be wrong. I've said it earlier in this segment. I could be wrong, but I just don't see him being in a solo Batman film.
See, like I said, I can. I don't know as much about DC as you do, but I can see it. But again, like we talked about, he's either got to be paired with another person. I couldn't see him as the big ultimate baddie.
Like he's the head honcho of the
I
film.
could not see that unless it's like Batman goes fighting Man-Bat or Bane or someone a little less.
He would need to be paired up with
there.
somebody.
He'd need to be paired up with somebody, obviously.
He could be paired up with the Riddler.
Could be paired up with the Riddler. Something would tell me then that the Riddler would be more of the behind the scenes guy. Kind of like our Ares to Luger and
and Wonder Woman.
yeah, exactly. So I mean, someone's got to, I feel like someone way bigger's got to be pulling the strings, or even a small 10-minute role of showing how Batman takes care of just like a regular, hey, someone I always fight all the time, Penguin. Throw him in there for 10 minutes and
I feel like if they're gonna get Josh Gad to get Penguin, he's gonna be in there more than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
If they're getting Josh Gad, he's going to be one of the big baddies in the film. Just with how much, I mean, I don't know. I'm thinking about it now. Olaf in Frozen, Josh Gad in Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
He wasn't a main character. However, his character was there.
exactly.
His character was a constant. So not like that A type of like Batman, the top villain, but like that B cast member where it's like, hey, my guy's here the whole film, but I'm a sidekick to the main guys.
Okay, so yeah, then I'd say, you know what, if he's gonna be in a solo Batman film, which I can kind of see, it's gonna have to be paired with someone like we talked about. Whether it be the Riddler,
A
Joker. Yeah,
Do they recast the Joker with Jared Leto? How much people hated the Jared Leto
I
Joker?
kind of hope we
Leave the Joker alone.
Either
I don't know how you can have a Batman film without a good Joker, though.
I'm saying like either we recast the Joker or we just don't touch the Joker right now.
We just leave the Joker alone and let him focus on someone else.
Let him focus on someone else right now. Because I'll be honest, I was not a fan of Jared Leto's depiction of the Joker.
It was a little out there.
It wasn't
It wasn't my cup of tea. That's
No,
for
it
sure.
wasn't. Same here. And I'm just gonna say, you know what? Penguin match with someone else. Make it a somewhat of a team. Batman has to take on multiple people. That way, makes it like
and those villains do kind of all work except for like the Joker because he's just the crazy guy out there. But like, there have been numerous times in the animated series where the villains are like all around a table talking to each other.
Yeah. Hey, how do we take care of Batman?
Him and Two-Face. It could be him and Mr. Freeze. Him and the Riddler. Him and Scarecrow.
Exactly. Any combination. Heck, we can have 3.
Maybe. I would think Two-Face would be interesting too.
Yeah.
Two-Face would be an interesting one, but the Penguin is something to where they could use in any of the films and not have too much explanation is what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Because it's, he's a mob boss and there's always mob crimes.
Exactly.
So there wouldn't be that much explanation for it. But before we move on to New Mutants, anything else you want to touch on with Josh Gad maybe becoming the Penguin?
No, I'm kind of excited if he does. I hope it does happen. I hope it's a good role they throw him into. And I honestly would be kind of excited if they did it as not just a solo baddie, but as a matchup baddie in a solo Batman film. Make it a little bit more of a
combination.
Not just a combination. I'm thinking more of a what's the word? Make it harder on Batman. Hey, I have to fight 2 of my villains, maybe 3 of them
on 2 different fronts.
Yeah, exactly.
Rather than them working together on one.
Because we haven't seen that yet in that universe.
Yeah, that would be interesting. But before we move on to New Mutants, you guys, I'm turning it on to you guys. Let us know down below. Do you guys think Josh Gad would be the Penguin? Is he going to make a good Penguin? And what DC film, either I think Batman, Gotham City Sirens, and Nightwing are the only three that people are speculating that the Penguin could be in. Let us know what movie you would put him in down below in the comment section.
Thank you everyone for watching the Rick and Johnny podcast. Click right here to watch another squanchy video, and let's get riggedy wrecked!